All right, we're going to dive into what is honestly one of the most chilling cosmic discoveries of our time. This is the story of a gigantic, mountain-sized object just silently moving through the void. And for a while there, it looked like it had Earth locked directly in its sights.
You know, it really is the ultimate question, isn't it? I mean, you look back at our planet's history, and you just can't help but wonder, is what happened before just a preview of what's coming for us?
And here's the thing, it has happened before. All it took was a single impact, just one really bad day for the planet, and poof, the entire age of the dinosaurs was just over. It's such a chilling reminder that our planet has been through this, and when it happened, whole species just vanished forever.
So that whole history lesson brings us to a much more recent discovery, a moment when astronomers suddenly realized that something huge was moving silently right through our cosmic neighborhood.
Okay, so picture this. It's 2004. Astronomers spot this faint little object. No big deal, right? Well, as they started to calculate its path, the numbers that came back, they sent a massive shockwave through the entire scientific community. The very first projections, they gave it a terrifyingly high chance of hitting Earth in 2029.
So they had to give this thing a name. They called it 99942 Apophis. And yeah, it was named after the ancient Egyptian god of chaos and destruction. Talk about fitting, right? Because its orbit, well, it was projected to cross dangerously, almost uncomfortably close to ours.
But what really, truly had researchers on edge was its size. We're talking about something that's roughly 370 meters wide. Look, this isn't just some little space pebble. This is a genuine planetary threat. And a number like 370 meters, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around, right? At least until you compare it to something we all know.
Okay, to really put that into perspective for you, Apophis is actually taller than the Eiffel Tower. Just stop and imagine that for a second. A structure of that scale, but it's not bolted to the ground in Paris. No, it's tumbling silently through the pitch black of space. That's the kind of scale we're dealing with here.
And look, if something that big were to actually hit us, the results would be absolutely catastrophic. Because the real danger isn't just the initial hit. No, it's the insane chain reaction of events that would happen in the moments right after.
So first, you'd see this fireball just racing through the atmosphere, so bright it would make the sun look dim, just a terrifying display of pure cosmic power.
And right after that, this shockwave, this completely invisible force just expanding outwards, powerful enough to flatten entire cities in an instant. Buildings gone. Windows would shatter for hundreds and hundreds of miles.
The impact itself would unleash an amount of energy equal to hundreds of nuclear bombs, all going off at once. I mean, think about that. It's just a level of destruction that is absolutely impossible to even imagine. But, and this is a big but, here's where the story of Apophis takes this really fascinating twist. So, after years and years of observation, scientists ruled out a direct impact. We're safe, for now. But that doesn't mean nothing is going to happen. In fact, something pretty incredible is.
So, mark your calendars, April 13th, 2029. On that day, Apophis isn't going to hit us. Phew! Instead, it's going to make an unbelievably close pass by Earth. And this isn't just some near miss we can forget about. No, for scientists, this is a golden opportunity to see exactly how Earth's gravity can actually stretch and change an asteroid's entire structure and spin.
And when I say close, I mean close. To really get a sense of it, think about this. Apophis is going to fly inside the orbit of some of our most important satellites. You know, the ones way up there that handle our global communications? It's literally going to be a visitor in our planet's immediate backyard.
In fact, it's going to be so close that in some parts of the world, you'll actually be able to just look up into the night sky, no telescope needed, and see it moving. A little point of light, a stark, visible reminder of all the cosmic traffic that's constantly whizzing right past our planet.
So yeah, this whole thing was a massive wake-up call. The threat of Apophis really lit a fire under the scientific community. It pushed everyone to get serious about developing a real planetary defense plan so we're never, ever caught off guard again. And now we have space agencies like NASA and others all over the world with programs dedicated to exactly this. I'm talking about teams of people scanning the skies every single night, cataloging and tracking these near-Earth objects, all to spot any potential threats way in advance.
And the game plan they've come up with? Honestly, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it is 100% real. The strategy is kind of simple, at least in theory.
Step 1, detect the threat, and detect it early. Step 2, intercept it by launching a spacecraft to go meet it. And Step 3, deflect it. And we're not talking about blowing it up, just giving it a very precise little push to nudge it onto a new, safer path away from Earth.
But here's the thing, even with all this incredible technology, all this preparation, there's still something that's, well, deeply unsettling. And it's the simple fact that we can't see everything that's out there.
And there are some really good reasons for that. You know, some of these asteroids come at us from the direction of the sun, so they're basically invisible, hidden in the glare. Others are just super dark. They don't reflect any light, making them almost impossible to spot. And what's really frightening is that astronomers are finding new ones all the time. And some of them, we only spot them after they've already zipped right past us.
And all of this brings us back to a really powerful idea. The next time you find yourself looking up at the night sky, just remember, it's not empty up there. It's a living, dynamic place, and it is absolutely filled with these silent travelers on their own epic journeys through our solar system.
So that leaves us with one final, chilling question to think about. Apophis. That was a warning, and luckily it's one we were able to hear. But somewhere out there right now in that endless blackness of space, is the next one already on its way? Completely silent and completely undetected?